All right, friends, let's go ahead and get started in toes pose. So tuck your toes underneath you and come to a seat on your heels, knees together to touch. Spine nice and long, sit up tall on your heels, and you can place your hands down on your thighs, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Whatever feels more grounding here for you. And as you settle in, start to deepen your breath. Use your breath as a tool for your mind, as a form of medicine. Especially when things start to get tough, when you start to feel the pose, use your breath. Your breath will slow your heart rate down. And it can help to quiet the mind, any conversations or opinions that it's having with you. See if you can use your breath to slow things down. Take 5 more breaths here to open up the bottom of your feet. And if you're not used to this sensation, I encourage you to just release into it or slightly hinge forward in your chest to take pressure off of your heels. Last 2 full breaths. And last one. And come to all fours. Tap the tops of your feet to bring some blood back into your toes. And that blood rushing sensation just means you're alive. And then slide down onto your belly. Take your left forearm parallel to the top of your mat and roll over onto your left hip. We'll take infinity pose, so grab for your right big toe and kick your heel up to the sky. Now you can stay here, drawing your toes closer to your face. Or if you'd like to challenge your balance a little bit more, you can come all the way down onto the left arm, plant the left palm down, and balance on your left hip. And if you can, release your left ear down, pull your low belly in to help with stability. You draw your peace sign fingers more like a hook on your right big toe, and bend your elbow so you use your bicep to draw your foot closer to your face. And slowly release your right foot down. Keep your weight shifted onto the left hip and draw your right arm behind your back for broken wing. So crawl your right fingertips towards the back of your left shoulder, and then gently roll onto that right arm. And you can take a few different variations. I'm going to take this off. You can take a few different variations with your legs. So once you roll onto that right arm, you can stamp down through your feet, tuck your pelvis under to melt your low back down to the mat. You can draw your legs out long and get heavier through your hips. Or you can take Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet to touch, and get a gentle hip opener here along with your anterior shoulder opener. To deepen this stretch, you can crawl your right fingertips closer to the back of your left shoulder. And to lessen this stretch, you'll draw your fingers down toward your low back. Notice what you're doing with your face here and with your jaw. See if you can release the tension out of your muscles in your face. And if you've taken a leg variation out long or Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet back down onto the mat. Reach your left leg out long And start to shift your body weight over to your left side, again, to release your right arm. Good, and then you can make big circles with that right arm to open up the shoulder a little bit more. And then roll over onto your right side. You can take your right forearm parallel to the front of your mat and grab for your left big toe for infinity pose. Kick it up towards the sky. So see here, if you can keep long through your torso, then lift up and out of that right side body, and at the same time, pull your toes closer to your face. So you can stay here, or if you'd like more of a balance challenge, you can come down onto your right hip and bring the toes closer to your face this way. And then adjust through the right leg, take it straight out from the hip. And then notice what's happening with your balance. You can ground down through the right palm a little bit more. And gently release this down. Take your left arm behind your back, crawl it towards your right shoulder, and then roll over onto that left arm for broken wing. So your legs can be long, your feet can be planted, or if you'd like to take Supta Baddha Konasana again, you can do so here. And then see if you can take a different variation with your feet. So maybe draw them closer to your groin if they were farther away the first time, or maybe take them farther away if they were closer, and just notice the different sensation that you feel in your IT band or in your inner leg line. And then gently roll back over onto your right side to release your left arm. Then you can take big circles with your left arm to open up the shoulder a little bit more. And come all the way onto your back. Tuck your pelvis under so that your tailbone descends and there's no space between your low back and the mat. And then kick your heels up to the sky, flex your toes back to your face. Root down through the upper body so that your shoulders are connected to the mat. And your arms can come down by your sides, grip the edges of your mat, or you can draw them up and overhead for the deepest, fullest expression. So here we're gonna take 30, 60, 90s. So take an inhale, kick your heels up to the sky. On your exhale, lower down 30 degrees and pause. Belly pulls up and in, engage that low core. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower down another 30 degrees. And I bet it's a little bit lower than you think, so drop your heels down a little bit more. Kick out through your heels, take an inhale. Exhale, lower down 2 inches off of the mat. Peel your shoulders up. Look at your toes and click your heels together. Belly pulls down towards the mat for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and hold your heels together with the toes turned out. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back up 30 degrees, drop the shoulder blades. Good, inhale. Exhale, come up another 30 and pause. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back to 90. Flex the toes back towards your face. Good, we'll do that one more time. So choose your arm variation. Kick your heels up, take an inhale. Exhale, lower down 30 degrees. Really straighten through the legs. So pull the kneecaps up, belly pulls in. Inhale. Exhale, lower down another 30 degrees. Zip that low belly up. And then look at your toes. Hover 2 inches off of the floor. Peel your shoulder blades up. Flutter kick your feet for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and pause with the toes together, pointing. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back up 30 degrees. Then come back up another 30. Low back zips up, belly pulls in. And then come all the way back up. Good. Knees draw in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug and squeeze. Maybe massage out that low back. And take the backs of your legs and come to sit up into a modified boat pose. Flex the toes back towards your face. And straighten your left leg out and twist towards your right side. Your hands can come to heart center, or you can draw your hands behind your head. Take an inhale, and exhale, draw it across. And we're just going to cross here, or if you'd like, you can take your arms up and through for more of a core challenge. Or you can keep your arms and just scissor your legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, heart pulls forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, draw your knees in towards your chest. Legs out long, take a full body stretch. Arms come up overhead, legs reach out long. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Good, flip over onto your belly. And bring your thumbs down by your lower ribs. Press down through the tops of your feet. On your inhale, peel up to cobra pose. Lift your heart. Maybe your belly peels up off the mat. Use your lats to draw your shoulder blades down your back. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower the forehead down. Good, 2 more like that. Big toes together to touch this time. Press the tops of your feet down. Belly pulls in and peel the chest up on your inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Then take wide legs this time. Feet at the opposite corners of your mat. So right foot to right corner, left foot to left corner. Inhale, peel the chest up. And see how that feels on the low back. Maybe you can get a little bit higher. And exhale, lower all the way down. On your inhale, press up to a tabletop. Knees underneath the hips. Shoulders over the wrists. And tuck your toes under, come to a downward facing dog. Gaze is set at one point right between your feet, and you can pedal out your feet, take whatever movements you'd like to here. And then come to stillness, press through your hands to draw your chest back towards your thighs. Melt your shoulder blades down your back. And get really heavy through the crown of your head so that it drapes all the way down towards the floor. And take your right hand and cross it over to the outside of your left leg. Look underneath your left armpit. You come back to downward facing dog. Both hands towards the front of your space. Take an inhale. And exhale, the left hand will grab for the outside of the right leg. Look underneath your right armpit. Take an inhale. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look in between your hands, and on your exhale, take little steps to the top for ragdoll pose. So we'll start in ragdoll with opposite elbows being grabbed, and you can swing from side to side to loosen up the low back. And if you need to bend your knees a lot here, if you have tight hamstrings, do that. And if you're feeling pretty good here and you can go for a deeper forward fold, Uttanasana, you can take infinity grip. So right hand will wrap around the back of your left leg. Left hand wraps around the back of your right. And then you'll start to cascade your chest down over your thighs. The crown of your head will come closer to the floor. Good, if you took infinity grip, see if you can take the other forearm in front, switching the cross. And if you're in ragdoll pose, switch the opposite forearm in front. And see what that does. And release your hands down to the ground. Walk your right foot in the center of the mat. Take your left foot behind your right. And start to crawl over to the right side for an IT band stretch. Keep your hips square by pulling your belly up and in and reaching your tailbone back. Start to shift the weight into your heels and see how that feels on the left IT band. Good, come back to center. Uncross the feet and then switch right foot behind the left and start to crawl over towards the left side. Shifting the weight into the heels, maybe lifting the toes. Noticing the difference from side to side. And then crawl back to center. Keep your feet crossed exactly where they are. On your inhale, reach up to mountain pose. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lengthen through your side bodies and lift up through your fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. And then bump that left hip towards the front. If your shoulders are tweaky, you can take your left arm behind your back. And take an inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, push your hips forward and take a back bend. Cactus your arms. Inhale, belly pulls in, reach back up, mountain. And exhale to fold over your crossed legs. Uncross your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift with a long spine. Then exhale, step the left foot behind the right and rise up to mountain pose. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale. And exhale, the right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. And bump that right hip forward, reach the right arm back. Take an inhale, lift back up to mountain pose. And on your exhale, press your hips forward, your heart to the sky, cactus your arms for a back bend. Inhale, lift up. And on your exhale, fold forward. Uncross your feet. A halfway lift with airplane arms. So reach your fingertips back and your chest forward like divers without the heel lift. Take an inhale. And exhale, step it back to high plank. And spread your fingers out really wide and even grip through your fingertips so you feel really solid in your hands. Pull your low belly up and in. Tighten the low belly. Shift the shoulders over the wrist. Take an inhale. And exhale, bend the elbows for low plank. Pull the heart through the arms. Good, inhale, press up to high plank. One more low plank. Bend the elbows in, pull the belly in. Inhale to upward facing dog. Roll the heart forward and through the arms. Shoulder blades melt down the back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your feet. Inhale, look forward. On your exhale, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift on your breath in. Fold, breath out. Cross your right foot behind your left and come up to mountain pose. Squeeze your legs together. Then exhale, twist to the left. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Inhale, come back to center. And on your exhale, you can take a back bend this time, biceps by your ears. Press your hips forward. Or you can cactus your arms, you choose. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold forward. Don't uncross the feet yet. Now uncross the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, other foot behind, left behind the right. Inhale, reach up to mountain. And exhale to twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Belly pulls in, lift back up to mountain. And exhale, back bend. You can trace Vira Mudra up on the ceiling, biceps by the ears, squeeze the legs together. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale to fold over your crossed legs. Uncross the feet, inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga. Step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time through before we change it up. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Right foot steps behind the left. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Press the left hip forward. And inhale to center. On your exhale, back bend. You can take Vira Mudra. Trace the sky. Inhale back. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees a little bit. Uncross the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step left foot behind the right and come up to mountain pose. Squeeze the thighs together. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, reach back up. And then back bend, Vira Mudra or cactus arms. Lead with the heart, so reach the heart up to the sky. Inhale back, and exhale to fold, hands through heart center. Uncross the feet, inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, set up in your best downward facing dog. Reach your heels closer to the floor. And turn your tailbone up to the sky. So lift your lower back towards the ceiling. And on your inhale, reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Draw the left heel down, reach the right heel up to the sky, and then close that right hip off. So draw it down towards the mat. Now bend and stack. So open the hip up, draw the right heel over to the left side of your mat, and roll out your ankle. Clockwise and then counterclockwise. Reach back up through the right leg for three-legged dog. Exhale, draw it over to your left tricep. So see how high you get there? And slide it down to your left wrist and slide it back up to the tricep. Good, three more, down, then up. Last one, down, up, hold it there. Then kick out through the right leg for fallen star. Press through the blade edge of your left foot. Lift your left arm to the sky. Then start to turn your heart towards the sky. You can keep that right foot grounded or you can lift it. Use your right oblique to help you. Take an inhale. On your exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest and drop that left hand. Good. So your knee is between your chest. You're holding your thigh to your chest. Take an inhale. Then exhale, step your foot to your thumb low lunge. Start to slide your foot over to the wrist. Step your left foot up at an angle. For warrior one, inhale, draw your biceps up by your ears. Good, so if you're splaying out through the ribs, draw your front ribs together. So you're zipping up through the midline. And then see what works best for your feet here. A wider stance in warrior one usually works better for me. And if you'd like to draw your heel closer, you can do that. Bend through your right knee so that it's over your right ankle. So maybe even take a wider stance, crawl those toes forward. Use your low belly or low core to draw your right hip back and your left hip forward. You're going to take an inhale. Exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So press through the blade edge of the left foot a lot to straighten that back leg. Melt that right shoulder blade down your back. Look up. Take your right hand, wrap it behind your back. Keep the bend in your front knee. Exalted warrior one. Left bicep comes by your ear. Straighten strong through that back leg. Twist the torso towards the right side. Take an inhale. On your exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back and fold into pyramid pose with the chest expansion. So palms open or closed here. Whatever works for your shoulders. I have tight shoulders, so I'm opening my palms. Then melt your chest over your thigh. Start to scrub your heels back so that you're shifting your right hip back and your left hip forward. Keep the bind. On your inhale, rise to half staff. Left toes flexed. Draw the knuckles down to open up the heart. Take an inhale. Then exhale, hinge from the hips for bound airplane pose. Left hip draws down. Left pinky toe draws down. Okay, keep the bind. Then release, inhale, come to half staff. Left toes flex, knee into the chest. And on your exhale, figure four, cross the left ankle over the right. Hands come through heart center and sink your hips back and down. Set your gaze at one point for stability. And take your biceps by your ears here in figure 4 and see if you can sink low through the hips and do that. This will be your inhale. Then on your exhale, you'll twist to the left. So left arm back, right arm forward. And sink low through the hips. On your inhale, keep the twist in your upper body. Lift your left knee for dancing Shiva. Look back towards your left thumb. Take an inhale. On your exhale, step it back to warrior 2. Deep bend in the right knee. Press through the blade edge of the left foot. Then open the right knee towards the right pinky toe. Okay, keep this deep bend and reverse your warrior. Take your left hand behind your back. Grab for that half bind. And spin that right shoulder open so you can look underneath your right arm. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle with the half bind. So keep the arm wrapped around your back. And drop the right hand down. Look up to the ceiling. Good. Take an inhale. On your exhale, start to shift the weight forward into half moon with that half bind. So right arm underneath the shoulder or to a block. Left hip stacks on top of the right. Left shoulder peels back. Take an inhale. And exhale, step your feet together, forward fold. On your inhale, arcing mountain, draw it up and back. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. High to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And I'm going to peel my mat back a little bit so I'm running into my window. And inhale the left leg high this time. Ground down through the right heel and close that left hip off. So it's reaching, the hip point is reaching down towards the floor and your leg is reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, press your chest closer to your thigh. Now bend and stack it open. Kick over towards that right side. Roll out your ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Now reach back, 3-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale to the opposite tricep. Notice where you land. See if you can draw it up a little higher. Then slide it down to the wrist. Zip it back up. Slide it down. Zip it back up to the tricep. Last one. Hold it there. Then reach the left leg out for fallen star. Right hip draws up to the sky. Press through the blade edge of your right foot. And see if you can use your left oblique to lift your left leg up. And draw the knee in towards the chest and then that right hand down. Maybe knee comes closer to the chin. Take an inhale. And exhale, step the foot up for low lunge. Start to wiggle it behind your left wrist. And set up for warrior 1. So right foot out at an angle. Hips are square. Deep bend in that left knee. Press through the outside of your right foot. Squeeze those inner thighs together and reach your arms up to the sky. Okay, get lower in the front knee. Press more through the back heel. Feel that psoas stretch, that hip flexor start to open up. Good, inhale, lengthen through your side bodies. Exhale, twist. Right elbow over the left knee. Hands come through to heart center. Good, keep warrior 1 legs. And keep pressing through the outside of the right foot. Lean back in the twist. Twist more open towards the sky. And take the left arm behind the back. Inhale, exalted, warrior 1. Right bicep comes up by your ear. Get low in that left knee. And exhale, pyramid pose with the chest expansion. Open or close through the hands. Chest drops towards the thigh. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Ground through the heel. Maybe lift the toes. Get a deeper hamstring stretch. And shift the weight into the left foot. Come to bound half staff. Right knee comes in towards the chest. Good, shoulders roll back. Heart lifts. Inhale. And exhale, bound airplane pose. Lead with the heart. Reach that right leg back and flex the toes. Press through the ball of your right foot. And start to release the bind. Come to a half staff. Lift your biceps up by your ears. And exhale, figure four. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Hips sink back and down. Flex your right toes, set your gaze at one point. And start to lift your biceps up by your ears, but sink your hips down low at the same time. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm reaches forward. On your inhale, keep the twist in the upper body. Lift your right knee up for modified dancing Shiva. Or you can kick out the leg. You choose. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Big step back. Slight pigeon toe in the right foot. Press through the blade edge, so much so you lift the inner arch on the right side. Look over your left middle finger. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay low in the legs and lengthen through your ribs on the left side. Take an inhale. Keep the half bind. Extended side angle. Well, maybe reach for the inside of your left thigh or grab your waistband. Melt your shoulder down your back. Take an inhale. On your exhale, launch into half moon. The left hand can come to the floor. Keep the half bind. See if you can rotate that right shoulder back. And maybe it's going to take some more balance to do that. So flex through the toes, pull your low belly in. Shift the shoulder down the back, look up towards the sky. Take an inhale. And exhale, step the feet together. Release the half bind. Inhale, arcing mountain, take it up and back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's flow through that one breath per pose, starting with the right side. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale to the opposite tricep. We'll skip the sliders. Inhale to fallen star. You can reach the right foot up off the mat. Then exhale, knee to chest. Low lunge, foot behind the wrist. Inhale, warrior one, lift the biceps. Then exhale to twist. Left arm hooks around the right knee. Right arm hooks behind the back. Inhale, exalted. Twist the chest to the right. Then exhale, interlace the fingers and fold for pyramid pose. Drop the head. Start to shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, half staff, lift the left knee. Exhale, bound airplane pose. Left leg reaches back, torso parallel to the floor. Release the hands, come to half staff, flex the left toes. Then draw the ankle over the knee for figure four, hands through heart. Inhale, lift the arms, keep figure four legs. And exhale to twist to the left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, lift the left knee, dancing Shiva. Exhale, big step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse with the half bind, right bicep by the ear. Exhale, extended side angle, keep that half bind. Inhale to half moon, launch forward. Turn the chest. Then exhale, step the feet together, forward fold. Inhale, arcing mountain, take it up and back. And exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale to the opposite tricep. Inhale, fallen star, maybe lift that left leg. And exhale, knee to chest, drop the right hand, step foot behind wrist. Inhale, warrior one, take it up and back. Exhale to twist, right elbow, left knee. Left arm wraps behind the back. Inhale, exalted. And exhale, pyramid pose with the chest expansion. Gaze is set at the back of your mat. Start to shift the weight into your left foot. Inhale, half staff with bound arms. Then exhale, bound airplane pose. Pull your low belly up and in. Inhale, back to half staff. Reach the thumbs back. Lift. Then exhale, figure four. Hands through heart center. Keep low in the hips. Reach the arms high on your inhale. And exhale to twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, lift the right knee for dancing Shiva. Exhale, big step back, warrior two. Half bind reverse, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle with the half bind. Look forward, inhale to half moon with half bind. Flex your right toes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arcing mountain. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale the right leg high. Exhale it across the body. Inhale, fallen star. Left arm lifts. Then exhale, left hand drops, knee to chest. Step foot behind wrist. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to twist. Pull that low belly up and in to give you more space. Wrap the right arm for the half bind, exalted on your inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers and fold. Inhale, bound half staff. Weight is in the right foot. And exhale to bound airplane pose. Heart stays lifted. Inhale, back to half staff, pendulum through the hips. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, reach the arms high, lift the chest, and then twist. Left arm sweeps back, right arm reaches forward. Keep the twist, lift the left leg. Exhale, step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse with the half bind. Exhale, extended side angle. Keep that half bind. Look forward and launch to half moon with the half bind. Lift the left leg. Exhale, step together and fold. Inhale, arcing mountain, take it up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back, jump back, high to low. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg sweeps high. And exhale it across the body to the tricep. Straighten the leg. Inhale up to fallen star. Lift the inner arch of the left foot to the sky. And drop the hand, take knee to chest, foot behind wrist. Inhale, warrior one. Then exhale to twist. Right arm outside of the left knee. Lean back. Then wrap the left arm. Keep deep bend in left knee for exalted. Exhale, interlace the fingers, straighten the left leg and fold. Keep the bind. Right knee in towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale, bound airplane pose. Pull that belly in. Inhale, reach back up to half staff. Exhale, figure four. Right ankle, left knee. Inhale, lift the heart and the biceps. And exhale to twist to the right. Left arm reaches forward. Keep the twist in the upper body. Lift that right knee up. Inhale. Exhale, big step back, warrior two. Half bind reverse. Inhale. Extended side angle with the half bind. Look up. This time, maybe keep the gaze up as you launch into half moon. Woo, takes a little bit more balance. Then exhale, step together, forward fold. Inhale, arcing mountain. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're gonna take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. We're gonna flow through that one more time with a few changes to get into our peak pose, Sage Marichyasana 1. And know that the movement here is your medicine. Your breath is medicine for your mind. Your movement is medicine for your body. And when they work together, you can be healed. So tune into your breath. Feel what you feel in your body. And on your inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. On your exhale, bend and stack it open. And then flip over to wild thing. So bladed of the left foot is down. Right foot presses into the earth here. Lift your hips up. Bicep by the ear. Open up your throat. Look back. Stay here for a few moments and see if you can lift more up through your hips. And come back to three-legged dog. Right leg reaches. Exhale to opposite tricep. Then open up to fallen star. Left arm reaches up. Maybe right foot reaches up. Belly pulls in. Draw your knee in towards your chest. Drop your left hand. Step foot behind wrist. Inhale to warrior one. Maybe crawl the toes forward. Press that right hip back, left hip forward. Sink low, reach high, take an inhale. And exhale to twist. And create the space in your upper body by drawing your shoulder blades in towards your body and pressing them through to your heart. You can stay here with your hands at heart center, or if you'd like to open up your arms to fly, you can press the left arm into the right leg. Right arm reaches to the sky. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Keep the bend. Inhale, left bicep by the ear. Exalted. Then exhale, this time straight to pyramid without the chest expansion. So hands frame the right foot. Really get into the hamstring. So much so that if you'd like to lift the right toes up towards the shin to get a deeper stretch, try it. And take the left hand to the outside of the right foot or draw it to the right shin. Take your right hand at the small of your back. So here, the hand will give you information to see if your hips are squared. So if your sacrum is flat and you don't feel one hip dipping down or up, awesome. You can take your right arm to the sky. Scissor your inner thighs together. Squeeze your low belly up and in. Reach your right arm up for twisting triangle. If you have a block, you can place it underneath your left arm and turn your gaze towards your right thumb. Draw your hands back to pyramid pose. Ground down through your right heel, lift up to half staff. Left knee comes up and in towards the chest. And on your exhale, figure four. Hands come through heart center, hips sink back and down. You can stay here working into the left hip, or if you'd like to take a twist, take the left elbow to the inside of your left foot. Bring your hands through to heart center and start to twist. Drop your hips back and down. Pull that low belly in. Let's meet back in figure 4. Hands come through heart center. Hips sink back and down. Then step the left foot out to an angle for a malasana or yogi squat. So feet are out 45 degrees. Hands come through heart center. You use your elbows to draw your knees open. You can stay right here if you'd like to work on the hip stretch, or you can bring your hands down to the floor and try crow pose. So we've done crow before. You can bring your knees for true crow pose to the outsides of your biceps, or if you'd like to do crane, they come in towards your armpit. So you choose crane or crow. Wherever you draw your knees, start to bend through your elbows, shift your weight forward. I'm doing crane. And for crane, you'll straighten your arms a little bit. Still keep a micro bend in the elbow, keep your chest lifted. Heels come towards your glutes. Good, stay here for 3 breaths. And then meet back in malasana squat. Good, start to wrap your right arm in front of your right leg and see if you can take a full bind. Left hand will grab the right. And if you can't, just stay here working on the half bind, wrapping the right arm in front, or take a strap to help with the left hand to grab the right. And come back to center malasana. And we'll try it on the left. So left hand arm will bind, right arm will grab, or take the half, you choose. And release that. Come all the way to a seat. Legs out long. For sage Marichyasana 1. So take your right heel in towards your right glute. And see if you can get as much of a compression for thigh to chest as you can. Flex the left toes and take your hands by your side and ground down through both sit bones equally. So really feel them root into the earth. Heel comes as close to your glute as you can. We've done lots of prep for this, right? So take your right arm around the front of your right shin for that half bind, just like we were working on in malasana. And then take your left hand, wrap it behind your back to grab. Ground down through both sit bones. Inhale, lift up and out of the hips, and exhale to fold. We'll fold over your left leg, drawing your chest close to your thigh. Long through the spine, reach through the crown of your head and lead with your heart. Take 3 breaths. And slowly release. Come to boat pose. So you can take modified boat by grabbing behind your knees or your thighs and pulling your chest close to your heart. Flex your toes. You can draw your hands by your sides and straighten your leg for full boat. Pull your belly in, take an inhale. Exhale, hover. Good, inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat, hover. Last time, inhale, high. Exhale, hover. Good, drop your shoulder blades, cross your ankles, roll it up to a high plank, and then chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. We've got one more side. So inhale, reach that left leg high. Bend and stack it open, and then flip over to wild thing. Press through the blade edge of your right foot. Lift your heart to the sky. Reach your left bicep by your ear. See if you can press so much through your left heel to lift your hips a little bit more. And we'll flip back over. 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. Exhale it across your body to the opposite tricep. And kick it out for fallen star. Right arm reaches. Left leg lifts. Take an inhale. And exhale, knee to chest. step foot behind wrist. Shorten your stance for warrior one. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Left elbow tip reaches to the sky. And wrap your left arm behind your back. Inhale to exalted. Stay low in that left knee. I'm gonna even walk it up a little bit. Scissor my inner thighs together, twist to the left. Then exhale, pyramid pose, fold. This time, no chest expansion. Hands frame the foot. See if you can flex your toes and ground down through your heels. Take your right hand to your left shin or the outside of your left foot or a block, and twist open to twisting triangle. Now you can do what we did on the other side. If you're not quite sure about your hips in space, take your hand to your back. Lift your left shoulder up to the sky. See if your hips stayed square, and if so, just reach your arms straight out. And keep twisting from the upper back. And the mid back, reach your heart to the sky. And draw your hands back down to frame your left foot. Bend your knee and come up to half staff. Flex your right toes. On your exhale, figure four, right ankle over the left knee. And then you'll twist. Take the right elbow to the inside of the right foot. Hands come through to heart center. Sink those hips back and down. You can always just stay in figure four too, whatever works for you. Working into that hip stretch. And slowly meet back in figure four, hands through heart center. And step out to Malasana squat. So again, feel free to stay right here, working on sinking your lumbar spine down or drawing your tailbone to the ground. Or if you'd like to do another crow or crane, you can do that. This time I'll do crow. So knees squeeze the outsides of my arms. Plant my hands down and start to bend my elbows and shift my weight forward, and then lift one foot up and then the other. Lift hips to the sky, heels together to touch. Gaze lifts, 3 breaths. And then Malasana squat. Good, this time let's come all the way down. Reach the legs out long. And we'll take Sage Marichyasana on the left side. So take the left heel towards the glute. Ground down through both sit bones. And then start to lift up and out of the hips first. And then take the left arm to the outside of your left shin. Right arm will reach back to grab. And from this bound state, lengthen through the spine from tailbone to crown of the head. Keep drawing the knee in towards the chest. Then fold chest over thigh as much as you can get. The side may be different than the other. Lead with the heart. 3 breaths. Good, we'll skip boat, cross the ankles, step it back, high to low plank, your last chaturanga, where you can hold high plank and meet back in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and exhale it out. Come to your knees. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold today. So if you have a block, you can use it underneath your head. So first we'll take our legs out for a straddle. And then notice how flexible you are in the inner leg lines. You might not have your legs out super wide. They might come a little bit closer. And if you're feeling okay, I'm pretty flexible, you can lift your hips up and draw them forward. Wherever you are, flex your toes back towards your shins. And then start to lift up and out of the hips and fold forward, leading with the heart. So you can come down onto your forearms. Your head can rest on a block. Or if you'd like to come all the way down, you can. And today that is not happening for me, so I'm gonna stay on my forearms. I did a 12-mile hike yesterday and didn't really stretch that much after, so this is where I am. You may have similar experience or less mobility in the hip, so you get me. Let's just breathe together for 5 more breaths. Slowly start to walk your hands up. Take your hands underneath your knees to draw your heels in. And then we'll take cow face. So left knee is on the bottom, right knee can stack on the top. And if you can't quite get the knees to stack, you can take your right foot to the outside of your left knee. If you can get them to stack, know that the closer you bring your heels to your hips, the less of a stretch you'll get, and then as you draw them forward, you'll get more of a stretch. So kind of choose where you want your feet. Ground down evenly through both sit bones. And then you can take cow face arms here if you'd like. So left elbow reaches towards the sky, right arm reaches behind the back. So lots of binding today with the arms. Pull your fingers towards one another. See if you can get them interlaced and then sit up nice and tall. Take a few breaths here. If you have that strap, you can use that. If you can't quite get the bind in the arms. And if you'd like to choose a different arm variation and not have that bind, you can actually crawl your hands forward and fold over your legs, drawing your chin to the outside of your knee. And we'll slowly come back up with the chest, uncross the legs. We'll take cow face on the other side. So right knee is on the bottom, left knee will stack. And again, choose where you want your feet. Ground down through your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. And then cow face, right elbow tip points to the sky. And then I'm giving myself an assist here. I'm drawing the bicep back because that's what I want. And then you can grab with your fingertips. This side's a little more challenging for me. You reach your right elbow to the sky, left elbow down. Take a few breaths. And if you'd like to fold, you can choose to do that. Get a deeper stretch in the outside of your hip and your IT band. And slowly walk your chest back up. Draw your right leg out long. Keep your left foot outside of your right leg and take your left arm up on your inhale. On your exhale, root it down at the small of your back. So you have a little kickstand. And inhale, lift your right hand. And exhale to twist. Right elbow to outside of left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Equally ground down through both sit bones. Twist from the upper back. And if you can, look past your left shoulder, do that. Slowly unwind and take your left leg out long, your right leg across. Inhale your right arm high and take it to the kickstand at the small of your back. Inhale, lift your left arm and exhale, twist. Twist it to the outside of your right knee. And open up through the chest. Look over your right shoulder. Stay grounded through those sit bones. Maybe flex those left toes to get heavy in that left heel. And come back to center, unwind. Come all the way down onto your back. So you have options here. If you'd like to take legs up the wall, you can draw your ankles over your hips. Shoulder stand. You can lift your hips up. Hands come to the back of your ribs. And heels come over your hips. You stand on your shoulders. You can stay here or come to plow pose. Feet come up and over your head. And only release your hands from your ribs if your feet touch. If they don't, keep your hands here. If they do, you can reach them out by your sides. And from plow, take deaf man's pose. Knees to the ears. Close off the sound. And reverse back to plow, to shoulder stand, and all the way down onto your back, legs up the wall. Just draw the legs down. Come to Shavasana. Take up lots of space. Landing where you land. Feeling the medicine of the movement course through your body. Using the medicine of your breath to quiet your mind. Stay still for a few moments to quiet your soul. Slowly draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And come to a fetal position on your right or your left side, using that bicep as a pillow. Take a big breath in and let it go. Come to a seat in the center of your mat. Behind closed eyes, sit up nice and tall. And bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Bring your thumbs to your forehead center. The wild-hearted yogi in me sees and celebrates the wild-hearted yogi in you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's class, please subscribe to the channel and share it with as many people as you can. If you'd like to take some live classes on Zoom, please visit wildhearts.yoga/classes to sign up. All times are in Mountain Standard Time, and you can choose your time zone, so it'll adjust accordingly. I'd love to see you in person, to meet you, and just to practice with you. It would be awesome. Hope to see you soon.